The Truth About SSI, Supplemental Security Income and Working, created by Jeff White, Coordinator for Employment Services, Division of Developmental and Intellectual Disabilities, and Carolyn Wheeler, supported employment training project with the Human Development Institute at the University of Kentucky. Both Jeff and Carolyn are certified as Community Partner Work Incentives Counselors through training approved by the Social Security Administration. SSI stands for Supplemental Security Income. It is intended to supplement other money you might earn from a job or be given. It is part of the federal budget, and it is an independent program of the Social Security Administration, but it is not Social Security. In other words, a person who receives an SSI payment has not themselves paid into Social Security for the benefit they are receiving. Qualifying for SSI provides a person with supplemental income, up to $914 per month for a single person, or $1,371 per month for a couple who are both receiving SSI in 2023, and health insurance through Medicaid. SSI requires payment for living expenses. SSI supplements your income so you can afford to pay your fair share of your living expenses. If you do not pay your fair share, the Social Security Administration may reduce your monthly cash payment by as much as 1/3 of the usual payment. Social Security's website at www.socialsecurity.gov has a great deal of helpful information about all of the programs administered by the Social Security Administration, including SSI, as well as resources related to working while receiving that benefit. I will be referencing information about the impact of work on SSI payments from documents produced by the Social Security Administration. If you have been receiving SSI as a child, and you are approaching your 18th birthday, you need to read Social Security's book entitled What You Need to Know About Your Supplemental Security Income When You Turn Age 18. This booklet is available on Social Security's website. I'll now open the book and share a few important facts. So this booklet is intended for youth and their family members and people who provide services to them to understand what will happen when you turn age 18. Doctors and other trained staff will decide if your impairment or impairments meet the qualifying disability rules for adults. Our, meaning Social Security's, disability rules for adults are different from our qualifying disability rules for children. Historically, about 1/3 of children lose their SSI eligibility following the age 18 redetermination. So, there is no guarantee a child who receives SSI will continue to be eligible for the payment as an adult. When you receive SSI and you work, Social Security has a formula it applies to your SSI payment based on the amount of money you earn from a job. So here's the truth. You will have more money the lower your SSI payment is due to working. This is a picture of Danny Waits, who lives in Bardstown, Kentucky, who works full-time at the Best Buy in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Danny actually worked his way off of benefits and has been able to become a homeowner as a result of his employment. The Truth About Working While Receiving SSI in 2023 is an infographic created by Jeff White. It states, as I've stated earlier, that SSI provides supplemental income in an amount up to $914 per month for a single person, or $1,371 for a couple, and health insurance through Medicaid. You can work and earn money while receiving SSI. Social Security has a formula it will apply to your earnings from your job. The first $85 you earn each month does not change your SSI benefit. After that, you keep 50 cents of your SSI for every $1 earned. So why settle for just your SSI payment when you can work most likely still have an SSI cash payment, money from your job, and Medicaid coverage. Kentucky DB 101 is an excellent resource to find information and answer your questions about how work and benefits go together. After opening the website, click on Programs, and then click on Supplemental Security Income, and scroll down and click on SSI and Work. You'll find here how the formula works, as well as a quick estimate of how working may affect your income. I would really encourage you to click on the Try It button and see how you will have more money when you work and you are also receiving SSI benefits. Work incentives are special rules which make it possible for people with disabilities receiving Supplemental Security Income, SSI, to work and receive higher monthly SSI payments by further reducing the amount of your earned income that is countable. SSI work incentives include impairment-related work expenses, blind work expenses, student earned income exclusion, plan to achieve self-support, and Section 1619B, which is also known as continued Medicaid eligibility. The Social Security Administration publishes an excellent resource which is entitled Working While Disabled: How We Can Help. You can learn about the SSI work incentives in this booklet published by Social Security, and again, it can be downloaded from Social Security's website. The Student Earned Income Exclusion provides an opportunity for students with disabilities to work and still maintain all of their SSI payment if they are under the age of 22, go to school, or regularly attend a training program. If that is the case, then Social Security does not count some of your earnings. In 2023, $2,220 of your gross earnings a month will not count to an annual maximum of $8,950 when your SSI monthly benefit is calculated. This means that for most students, they can work and still maintain their full SSI payment. Section 1619B, or continued Medicaid coverage, provides that people could actually lose their SSI cash payment and still maintain their eligibility for Medicaid. This is for people who are eligible for SSI, have Medicaid, and are employed with earned income. The person would continue to be eligible for Medicaid coverage until your gross annual income reaches a certain amount, which is at least $35,000 annually in Kentucky. You would still need Medicaid and would be using the coverage, and your countable resources would still be limited to $2,000. You must share certain information with Social Security. So the person who receives the SSI benefit or their representative payee is responsible to find out when information should be reported and how it should be reported. You should report what you do at your job, how much money you make, and any changes that occur, how many hours you work, and anything you have to pay for related to your disability in order to work, as that in fact will mean that your SSI payment will be higher. Where can you go for help? The Social Security Administration provides benefits counseling services free of charge through their Work Incentives Planning and Assistance Programs, or WIPA. The Center for Accessible Living provides this service to people in far western Kentucky, and Goodwill provides the service to people in central, northern, and eastern Kentucky. SSI is means tested. This means you must have very limited resources in order to qualify for SSI and Medicaid. What are resources? According to Social Security, a resource is money or something you own that you can easily turn into cash. Your countable resources must not be worth more than $2,000 for an individual or $3,000 for a couple, but not everything counts toward the resource limit. So you can own a house if you live in it. You can own a vehicle if it's used to transport you or a member of your household. You can have life insurance policies with a face amount of $1,500 or less per person. You can have burial plots or spaces for you or your immediate family. You can have household goods and personal effects. You can have property that you or your spouse use in a trade or business or on your job, and money that you set aside under a plan to achieve self-support, which is a Social Security work incentive, and funds that are properly deposited in a qualified special needs trust, pool trust, or ABLE account do not count as a resource. People whose disability occurred before the age of 26 can now save money for qualified disability expenses through an ABLE account. Kentucky's ABLE account or program is called Stable Kentucky. Stable accounts provide an opportunity to invest money for a better life. Stable Kentucky is helping Kentuckians to achieve greater independence and financial security through the power of stable accounts. So you actually enroll for a stable account by opening an account from this website, and it only costs $25 in order to do so. A stable account can be managed online, so it's easy to access, contribute, or withdraw money, and even friends and relatives can add to the account. So it's never been easier to save and invest for your future. You can make online deposits of up to $17,000 per year, and if employed, you may be able to contribute up to an additional $13,590 of income. Stable is an investment account. So when opening the account and when adding additional funds, you need to have chosen from among 5 different investment options, including 4 mutual fund-based investments and 1 FDIC insured savings option. You can find out more information on the website by clicking on this arrow. Funds from a stable account must be used for qualified disability expenses. These include living expenses, education, housing, transportation, employment training and support, assistive technology, personal support services, health prevention and wellness, financial management, administrative services, legal fees, oversight and monitoring, and funeral and burial. This is not an exhaustive list, but gives you a good idea of the many expenses that you could use funds in your stable account to pay for. So I hope this video has been helpful to you, your family members, teachers, staff that may support you in your vision for your good life. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to me, Carolyn Wheeler, at carolynb.wheeler@uky.edu.